Hello, good afternoon. We met for the first time. Upcoming Star is one of our programs which we do every month at the end of the month. It's a small program, small module, but with a lot of good knowledge into it. What this program highlights is exchanging of knowledge, ideas, interaction, engagement. TIE is all about knowledge, networking, entrepreneurship. The first program we do every month is Guru Talk, which happens at British Library. We get a senior charter member, an achiever, somebody who's done, good to the industry, has knowledge, and we do that mentoring program. This is also a mentoring program. The other 2 or 3 programs we do in every month is our standalone events. The recent one we did was Full-Time Mom, Full-Time Entrepreneur. That was a woman entrepreneurship event which we concluded on 23rd of June at PhD Chambers. So it's my pleasure to welcome Ravdeep. He is also our associate member. And a gentleman, very important. I think people are scared of him. That's why very few have walked in. So, but I think they are missing something. But we'll be joined by a lot of people. Ravdeep, we request you to take on now and share your knowledge that how the region can get more, understanding of what is cyber crime, what we can avoid, what we need to, understand, and how we can keep things hassle-free.
Thank you. Yeah. Any idea what comes in the mind?
But basically, crime generates something wrong, which is everything. You have got one IT Act which you are supposed to follow something which have been given in the Act, which you are supposed to can do with permissible in the Act, or something which is beyond your limitation as per the IT Act. If you are doing anything against the IT Act, you are charged criminally or maybe civil or criminal, whatever liability that fixed. So accordingly, you have been penalized, and what are the procedures have been enabled in the IT Act to prosecute you or whatever correct action they have to take.
Sure. Also, in another question, what kind of devices or channels we can use for cyber crimes?
Yes, one thing is your security check, which can be your various checks and control available within your your data should not be out or thing.
Yeah.
Or other you can have, say, being as a professional, which you are taking is you normally take some agreement and confidential agreement takings from your client, that okay, whatever data has been transmitting to you, you will not be given outside without their permission. Whatever undertaking is somebody violating that law, and supposing you are transmitting certain data with certain presumption, okay, it is used to mean for only those person from which it is being transmitted. Somebody else hacked it and forwarded to somebody else, and somebody found guilty later on, then yes, can be.
Exactly, but the thing is that 10 years back, what we used to say that things are getting, or network are getting hacked or cyber crimes are happening with the use of the computers, internet, these things. But nowadays the definition has been changed. The thing is that it is not only with the use of these things. And it's not only with the use of these things.
Okay.
I'll tell you, that is the reason we have changed that specifically of using the word computers from the cyberspace. Whatever comes in the cyberspace can be used for crimes. For example, pen drives. And you heard of any other case of pen drives? Microwave oven.
Microwave oven. Okay. Not really. Better because you can the virus is being carried out to different person. That
Exactly.
Oven, not heard of.
Yeah, this is the reason that we are not aware of the ways it can happen. Microwave oven, one of the ladies, she was suspected for stealing the data from the company, and she was selling it to the competitor. But where she was keeping the data?
In the pen drives.
No, not pen drive. What happened that in cyber investigation we have a method of things are coming with. So in microwave oven, where you can define your own recipe, she has correlated the raw material with the data. So this is also a sort of cyber crime.
So if you take the data report part of a tool or incident, in anything that we use as a not only microwave, it can be anything. Anything that contains a chip.
It is that is the reason we have defined it as a cyberspace. And then if you consider Sidan has shown this practical of hacking the live heart pacer. They have not did on a person, but what they did, they had taken the heart pacer, put it in the this lead they had taken, and then they had live conducted this research of hacking, because a live pacer, it emits some of the rays. The expensive kits, you can capture that and you can get into that your pacer, and you can change the speed, you can stop it, and you can do anything. The University of California, they had shown this practical of life at Yahoo conference, that the running car can be hacked. 10, 12 years, 15 years back also the cars were manufacturing, but why now? Because more and more computers we are integrating in our systems, more and more loopholes can come out. And how did this particular practical, what they did, they had taken the CD, DVD, and they put the Trojan into that. And for example, I gifted DVD, music DVD to you, but the Trojan embedded in that. After वो DVD, you put it into the to listen that, you use it. The moment you put it into your music system in your car, Trojan will install. It will go to the components of your stereo. From there, it will route to the fuel injection and other components.
How come it traveled through?
They had not disclosed any of the information. Research paper is also there on University of California. They have already, it's online.
Maybe it's a very high-end car or something.
Yeah, it's high-end cars. Those are the high-end cars, not the novel, not the novel or ordinary cars. Yeah, but
in the high-end car might not be having the all
integrated.
Exactly.
So that's what that is.
But those cars are normally used in foreign countries.
Yeah.
Not in India. But those are. This is a concern for them. Considering India, we often might be 10 years. It will be concern.
Small question. When you think of the definition of virus, is every day new virus is being generated. If you which you are defined, first time anything which is being generated for first time will hit and make a lot of say destruction. So I think no way you can put.
Has impacted India a lot. It's known as Millicinus printing virus. What it is doing, it will enter in your system and it will go into the pipeline and queue of your printing, and the garbage data is getting printed. I'll tell you, maximum companies have came up with this issue which they have faced. Printing virus. In last 1 week, it has impacted a lot of companies in India. A lot of companies. Major impacted US, Europe, and India. And then Symantec and Kaspersky, they came up with a solution for that. After a week, they had removed everything. They have updated their databases. They had to check for these viruses also. That is the reason this antiviruses and everything, antispyware, whatever, they are working on the medical theory. If you know the disease, you have solution. If you doesn't know, then you can't predict the things.
The thing is that there is a difference between the medical group, because medical area that nature is doing something which is you can't even control. Here, man is doing and you have different connotations.
Yeah, you can compare the you should know what exactly the problem is.
I have a question. Let's talk about a startup. Like A is a startup, Gautam Singhal starts. What is the do's he has to?
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to make a platform before this, because if you consider the loss, then this is the huge one. Loss worldwide billions. Maximum targets, 70% targets are SMEs and startups, because they never ever think about these issues. They are more focused on what they are doing, their concept, their development, their marketing and investment and other things, but not none of the company, because every startup company has a thought that this will come with a cost, and they don't want to put a cost on this. Again, the mentality that it won't happen with us or with me or my organization. So I had taken out some of the real life startup cases. For example, stealing the confidential and proprietary data. This is the most common thing that's happening, right? If you see what we have found in startup companies, the employees which are working for the employers for the startup companies, they are putting the mail forwarder in their the official email IDs. Whatever data comes in confidential data, it is forwarding to their personal email IDs. No one checks that. Like, I'll obviously ask you, ever you have checked this thing? Whether any of your employee had put a email forwarder?
We seldom checks.
We will never, I'll tell you that 80% of the companies they never check, they even never thought about this thing. Then personal laptops, companies are, startup companies they are allowing, okay, if you have a personal laptop, come with that. Again the issue, you are opened a wide loophole, the data will go out. Then external drives, including your pen drives. A lot of viruses, malwares are coming through employers into the organizations. No, and again, problem with that, no antiviruses, no checkups, everything startup. This is the most interesting thing which we have found. If your ex-employee or your employee left a company, many startup companies, they forget to delete their email accounts. Still they are getting the emails. Recently we had seen
Absolutely, yeah.
Recently we had seen two major issues that one of the company has faced a problem with you can say a loss of 27 lakhs, a startup company. What happened? This guy was a business development manager, and this he's developing business development he was doing for the company. He left the company, joined another company. His email ID was forgotten by the employer to delete the account. All the client emails and the confidential data and their pricing and your contacts going to this email ID, because this email ID was previously used by this guy for contacting the clients, and they still think that this guy is into the company, and he misused that. Although he got afterwards, but
So once the employee leaves, you need to delete that.
exactly, you delete everything. You should know what things he can take out from your company and from which ways he can take out the data from a company. For example, this is the most common thing, right? The copyright and the IP cases are the most common. Content theft. Again, when you are writing a content for your website, web application, people are doing the copy paste.
So a lot of plagiarism.
Exactly. So there is a free, even you can store from your website also. So there is a freeware known as Copyscape. Copyscape is there. Just put your URL into that, enter. It will give where your data from this URL has been copied on internet. So even if you want to save your content to be copied, you can use this freeware. It will not allow to right click and copy and other things. On the things that you mentioned over there, that it is powered by Copyscape.
I have one question on this topic. Actually, we were a victim of cybercrime, not once, twice. Okay, and we have cases registered with Mohali as well as Chandigarh, and the case was around the theft of software code primarily. Of course, mechanism and all were similar, like via email or via pen drive. One thing which we came across was that when you are writing a code, okay, so client has given you an assignment that you are supposed to write a code. So we are dealing with hundreds of clients.
Exactly.
They have got that copyrighted in US, okay, but they have not submitted the code for copyright purposes. So in India, what's the procedure? If I'm writing a software code, is there some easy mechanism, not like that I'm writing a code today and I get copyright after like 2 years? That won't serve. Is there any agency in India which helps with that, like copywriting whatever source code we have written for us as well as for our clients? Is there anything?
Directly, what you can say that you can hire a lawyer for that. You can get the things copyrighted, but again the legal issues in that, what exactly you're writing, for whom you're writing, and you have signed it not, and a lot of legal issues are there. But yeah, the solution is there. You can go at there is not exactly an agency or a company I can recommend, but yeah, even you can hire a lawyer and you can go with that. Or even in if you consider the Punjab area or Chandigarh Mohali, yeah, companies are there, agencies are there, which are doing these kind of things. And they can even tracking where this information is getting leaked into the market. For example, if you have, for example, you started with a new concept or innovative concept. Generally, startup companies never thought to go and check in any of these concepts or innovative concepts which you are thinking that it's the only concept which you have thought of. Is anywhere registered, operated, or patented? We never think or never goes and checks.
Yes.
That is an issue which is going to create in a long run. So you can hire a lawyer and you can do that thing. Even we have a legal team which they are doing it for our purposes. If you want, I can refer them.
So I think also supporting his answer, if you have something, a formula, it has to be patented. Right. So the moment you register with the government, then they give you a receipt. So you are safe.
No, the question is different. There is no just in India. See, I have made, daily use number time, I use number of promotion combination. I put okay, this is a good combination, a good skill, which help me to save my time and another simple formula. Why don't get any agency which I can register? The questioning, if I have it registered, then I can go for police. So supposing you are trying, I am trying, he is trying. So 3 years might be coming by chance with the same sort of a formula. So when nothing is registered, what you can say, okay, you are using my formula, other formula.
Absolutely.
That is the point which I is not able to make clear. Because what he has a point, since there is no agency at all who has registering, then there is no proof that he has completed.
And
that maybe yes, of course, if we has get it data through your email, that as a cybercrime you can locate okay, this data was transferred to this line.
Correct.
But question is different. Question is that
See, this is not a point of agency only. Point is that if you have started writing the code in your network on your system and this go ahead given by your client, by mail, by whatever the way, then and when you are writing, you always see that in code we writes that written by or copyrighted by this. Then you are by default you can take the ownership of that because you have all like it is writing in your premises in your system. Go ahead given by your client, then you can claim that thing. If it just goes from your network out of your network, then you
suppose, see, because we have been victim of this, that's why I have a certain background on this. Suppose if I write a code, okay, and it's written by say NetSmarts or CBS, there is a proper commenting around the code. The person who steals it is very much aware. In fact, he was a part of that team who wrote that code. Okay, and then basically he goes out and he changed the commenting, not the code. Change the variable also, but essentially program is identical in concept, in functioning. Even the code of lines would be similar. So first thing which we encountered as an issue when we went to Mohali police that how can you prove that this was originally your idea?
that's the thing I want to do.
So we had even copyright of US, but we didn't had anything copyrighted here.
Yeah, but we can do it in India.
yeah, you can do it
Very openly, through a lawyer.
And lawyers you can do it, and also some of the agencies are doing pretty good into that. I can give you the comparables.
That would be appreciated because if it's a low cost thing, then as a SME, it's a major factor. Like, okay, we write the code because we are writing 100,000 of lines, like we are 450 people strong company. So, but my thing is if there is some mechanism where on the annual basis we submit all the projects with some agency and they can just get it sealed or whatever is the procedure. So
exactly. Even we are doing it for our purpose. We have the people who are doing for us. I'll refer them to you. You can have.
Is it some agencies are there?
Yeah, agencies. Not agency. These are the group of lawyers. The companies are there. They are doing with the government.
Very different. See, what he wants to point that see, in US law, the patent is registered. X, Y, Z. Okay, you have got certain formula, and you have. There is one single agency who checks. Okay, this formula is coming for the first time.
About the government or the private?
Anything. Question.
Government organization are there.
So in India, but what he wanted to know, or rather we wanted to know, is that in India, supposing he has in 250 clients, he has different program he has made. Now he wanted to be sure that nobody, including up to the 450 team, suppose a few percent might left, there is always turnover. So these 450 out of 5 might be knowing that all source code, everything in their pen drive, everything will save, which they can use elsewhere. It is very difficult for them to prove, okay, this course was basically when it was created, it was created by them. Now there might be some other organization that can use that also. So that is one thing, is some urgency is there in India where actually one can go say, okay, these are my document, my source code which I have edited and my content, this should be recorded and nobody should do it. It's very difficult. I don't think it can be possible.
Yeah.
Because thousands and thousands daily basis company are doing and making their own programs. How is their source code?
See, that's why I'm saying that what companies are doing right now, they're keeping the legal team with them. On a project basis, they are going with the legal documentations. That these are things are happening. Who else are working on this? These are liable for this thing. Anything goes out, first thing, that is for the internal purpose. Second thing is that there are the copyright, the agency, government agency, which you are helping you out in registering your copyrights and registering your patents and everything, trademarks and everything. So it is agencies are there. Like,
In India?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
What are the companies? You can register your source
So
code.
what would be a minimal cost if I have to get something copyrighted?
It depends. Honestly, I'm not aware of these things because these things are taken care by the legal team. So I never looked into that, what exactly, how and how much is the process. But yeah, these can be happen. I can refer you guys with the
File
can
your
have it
trademark
online.
applications. So the statutory fees are around 3,500 per mark.
Yeah, that is for trademark.
Trademark. Yeah.
Trademark different. See,
No,
when
I
you have a
agree,
trademark,
I agree.
that is the thing, one closing
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
Here when got what he is talking about 250 different clients, everything has source code. Now 250 problem is